today on Divorce Court.
I'm back here on Divorce Court today so that my husband can show me some compassion, so that he can be a little bit more understanding.
We did nothing the judge asked us to do last time, and we need to get this right this time. The communication has been pure hell.
I need you to stop being short-tempered with me. Please stop cursing at me, and I think our future will be great.
This has affected our children to the point where sometimes our children don't even want to speak to us.
I would love to save my marriage, of course. He's the love of my life.
Divorce Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Rodney Frye and Cherise Frye. I remember the two of you. You were here not too long ago. You've been married 24 years. I don't know if you took my advice or not, but you're back again. Before we start on what's going on now, let's see what happened then.
Every day I'd come home, I'd find a bag on our floor with powder in it, and I couldn't figure out, what is this powder? He'd go straight in another room and go to sleep, lock the door, so I couldn't question him about nothing. This went on for months. That was one of the reasons why I threw pots in that restaurant. I was so frustrated and embarrassed.
Sure, I've done so much wrong, but I've done so much right since then. And for her to keep living in the past, there'll never be a future.
There we were. And I remember I fussed at you.
Yes, ma'am.
I fussed at you for a while.
Yes, ma'am.
Telling you about you paid the dues, why don't you did the work, now cash the check.
Yes,
Did she cash the check?
No. No.
Tell me what happened, Mr. Frye.
Living hell last year. We got another restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
We fought in that restaurant.
Well, let me ask you, before we get to fighting in the restaurant, did you get the counseling that I told you to get?
No, neither one of us did. No, neither one of us did,
No.
Your Honor.
And why is that? You didn't believe me?
No, it's not that we didn't believe you. We didn't believe in us.
Also,
Give me another answer, Mrs. Frye.
well, the last time we were here, I mentioned that we received an eviction notice. And when we got back home, we had to vacate those premises. At that point, we became homeless. We knew we couldn't move into another place because of the eviction. And we were looking at restaurants at the time. We found one, we obtained one, and we moved into it because we didn't have a place to live. We were living there.
How did you obtain a restaurant, but you couldn't get an apartment?
It's not the same process. You don't have to have, they don't do credit checks when it comes to
Cash and carry.
Cash and carry.
What, you had cash?
We had cash, income tax. So we took that income tax, got us a building, and we wanted to turn that into a restaurant. In the meanwhile, we lived in there while we were turning it into a restaurant. And for a while, it was going great.
And what happened?
Arguments, attitudes.
Arguments about what?
Finances.
Not so much even finances.
For me, it was.
Well, I think it came from other things.
Well, you tell me what you think it came from.
The same thing, watching the TV, I just think she was just so keyed into to not believing anything I said at that point.
You're still mad at... See, when you were here before, I fussed at you for a considerable period of time about you being so angry about the drug addict that he once was, and that he's cleaned up for so long, but you're still mad about it.
No, I'm not.
Are you still mad about it?
No, I am not, because Mr. Frye has shown me that I could trust him again. These may be his thoughts, but
Has she changed in that regard, Mr. Frye? Is she still living in the past about what he did?
No, she's past that.
She's past that.
Oh yeah, she's past that because she sees the new, and I think she complicates what we can be past that.
What is she doing that's complicated? That was a huge issue.
Yeah,
Having let that go, what took its place?
I don't know. I think it's the small arguments that can start. We have arguments from the dog to this is on the floor, you see me sweeping this. Minute stuff,
You say that she has a hot temper. You think that any small thing sends her over the top. Could you give me some examples of what you're talking about?
Sure. when we were in the restaurant and trying to get the restaurant to pass inspection, I advised Cherise we can't paint those baseboards white. It won't pass inspection. Flew off the handle, saying I don't give her credit for stuff, threw a gallon of paint on the floor. And at that point, it kind of killed my spirit to go forth with it.
Did you throw a gallon of paint on the floor because he advised you not to paint the baseboards white?
I knocked it over. He assumed I threw it.
Were you hot and angry?
Several times, but I did not throw any paint on the floor. It fell over.
Why would you get angry about something like that?
My thing was, if you're going to tell me to do something, why can't you participate in it? Why can't you help me? If I was doing it wrong, why don't you help me do it right?
Were you being a captain of a ship but not rowing at all?
No, I wasn't even on the ship.
Well, explain that to me.
Because at that point, we both know for this empire to succeed, we have a plan, a vision, and a dream. And we stick to those, and we have that. Now, at that point, we all play a role. My role was paperwork to get this restaurant open. Mm-hmm. I'm dealing with purveyors, I'm dealing with investors, I'm trying to get loans from banks, I'm trying to do everything that we can do to make this
But yet
happen.
I'm the one that's moving refrigerators and stoves, and I'm doing all the physical work while he's doing the paperwork.
You choose to.
Because I don't have the help.
You choose to because of your attitude. When the attitude gets crazy, I'm out. I'm out of the situation because I'd rather not be involved in it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to re-enter this situation from another door and see if we can get any further than we got that time.
I never thought that I ran myself son out the house, but I'll take.
But your house was so chaotic.
Yeah.
He wanted to go to the Marine.
Yes.
What are you looking to own, is what I'm asking you.
A home.
See, that's kind of smart remark.
Yeah.
That annoys the living daylights out of people.
The police officers are always at our house, and all they say to us is you guys need to divorce each other.
Tell me when the last time you called the police, what happened and why?
They told Ms. Frye she needed to shut up because they couldn't hear her.
Yeah, but they couldn't. But they made you leave, though.
I asked to leave.
No,
I wanted to leave.
Stop.
Interestingly enough, in your paperwork, you said the police were called again out to the restaurant because of something that had happened. So the police are still coming to visit you people. Why did the police come to the restaurant?
We were in the restaurant arguing about the finances of it, how much we spent, and how much it would take to continue. The neighbors next door overheard it. They assumed that I had stole $52,000 from Cherise and that I beat her up and took $7,000 from her.
What did the police do when they got there?
There were 8 policemen that came out that made us, that we were so embarrassed. First of all, we're trying to open up a new business and we have police coming here. What kind of look is that for us? So right there and then, I lost all hopes and dreams. I just wanted to shut it down from that point. I didn't want to continue with this anymore.
But what started the police call in the first place was that you two were just that loud and poppy?
Yeah, well, the walls are that thin.
Yeah.
And
no, well, you kind of loud.
Yeah,
you know.
I can be. I can be. Yeah.
You say that that she's really the source of the problem for the restaurant. One thing you said was you were arguing about how much money she spent on flooring.
Tile, lighting.
Tile and lighting. Tell me about that.
I just thought that excess money was spent in places that should have been spent in other places. Like on the cook's line, she wanted to put extravagant lighting over the cook's line. There's already lighting over the cook's line. I'm the chef, so now I'm gonna be hot with extra lighting.
Did y'all argue about that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Excuse me. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
You know.
Well, you said in your papers that I'm always accusing you of being angry, but he's really the angry one.
Yeah, he has anger problems. He has anger issues.
Tell me what's the worst thing he's done in a fit of anger?
This year.
No, fight. He had a fight with a gentleman in the laundromat. We were just there to wash our clothes. There's a car wash next door. I'm at the car wash, washing the car. He comes to the car, opens up the door. Yeah, this guy says that I sat in his mom's seat, and now he has attitude with me. And so I'm like, wait, what's going on? So I took my time. I said, there's always something. So I wasn't in no rush to go inside the laundromat where drama was. So when I go inside, the gentleman's sitting down, his mother's sitting down, and my husband says to the young guy, young man, you need to learn how to have respect for your elders. The guy was upset because Rodney had sat in his mom's seat. Rodney says, well, this is a public place. This isn't your mom's seat. And they got into an argument. I jumped in between him. The guy threw the first swing, hits me right in my face.
Did you get into a physical altercation about a seat at a laundromat?
Yes.
His mom, you weren't going to just let the lady have the seat on general
She wasn't
principle?
sitting in the seat. The lady wasn't sitting in the seat.
No.
The son was sitting over there. The lady first was sitting next to me. She went to use the dryer. When she went to use the dryer, the young individual came up to me and said, that's my mother's seat. First, I let it go. But then I made a comment. I was thinking, why are your mother sitting next to me? First of all, that's our first thought. Then second of all, when he said the smart thing he said, I said, I need to be talking to your father and not you. And he went off the handle. But after the fight, I understood why he went off the handle.
Why?
Because he might not have had a father in the home.
Yeah. Was he young? I mean, teenage, 26?
26,
Yeah.
27. But, you know...
Yeah, some, I ain't talking about all of you, but some of these young, as a friend of mine called young Thundercats, out there don't know how to speak to people.
Yeah.
Right,
You know what I mean? You get all uppity
Exactly.
and ridiculous on you, and the cat swung on him first. You can't blame him for that.
Yeah, that's true.
And see, this other thing, I had a beard then, a gray beard, and he said, old man, do you want to fight?
Yeah.
No,
But you didn't have to.
that's not his fault. He didn't
Thank
fight
you,
him.
thank you.
Cat swung on him. What's he supposed to do?
I just thought that he could have just let it go. I just thought that he could let
I
it go.
couldn't let that one go. Good.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what, you know.
It's been rough.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's rough now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You working.
You have a son that is in the military, and he knew you were coming here, and he took the time to write me, and I want you to hear what he had to say. Well, I'm building an empire. You ain't got a place to live, and you building an empire. Nobody wants to start at step A. You work at things. You get it. You do this regular gig that sucks, and then you do this
That's the
regular
same
gig
thing we
that sucks
doing, though.
less.
That's the same thing we doing. We working a job. We working a...
How would you react if your spouse got into physical fights with strangers? Tell us what you think at Divorce Court.
We're always getting evicted because Mr. Frye can't hold a job down more than a year. He says that these jobs are below him, that my job doesn't pay enough. Why should he get a job like mine? Well, at least I have one. I'm supporting him and paying for his dental, those glasses
She don't
you have
support
on,
me.
those
You don't
clothes you got on your
support
back.
me for nothing. Now,
Okay.
Cherise, stop lying. You do not support me for anything.
I got a letter from your son because he knew you were coming back here. He said one of the reasons he joined the Marines is to get away from the two of you fighting. You know? You go to the Marines for peace.
Well, we told him how
Then
to
he said, hey.
Tough.
You guys keep asking him for money because you never have a place to stay. What ownership do you take for running him out of the house?
I'll take ownership of it. I never thought that I ran myself son out the house, but I'll take.
But your house was so chaotic.
Yeah.
He wanted to go to the Marines.
Yes.
What did you do to participate in the chaos in the home? He can't do it alone.
No, I was there.
What are you looking to own, is what I'm asking you.
A home. I want to own a home. That's what I want to own. I want to stop being homeless.
See, that's kind of smart remark.
Yeah.
That annoys the living daylights out of people, because it annoyed the living daylights out of me.
I apologize.
Mr. Frye, what responsibility do you take for
on me.
running your son out the house?
It's on me because at a young age, I knew what he wanted to do. I knew my son wanted to do it, to get away. we had a conversation about me and his mother, my wife, that I love, and I promised him that we'll work on it. I promised it. But it's all on me. It's all on me being the man of the house, being the father of that son. But I honor him and salute him for making that choice that he made. He's been with us and been in some sticky situations.
Let me tell you how not away he's gotten. I have been relied on heavily to help them keep up with bills and sometimes pay for gas for the week. At this point in their lives, they should not have to rely on their son or daughter for financial help. I want to get to the point where I can have the peace in mind knowing that my family has a house to live in, steady job, and free of legal issues. My parents can do so much better with their relationship. They need to put everything from the past behind them and move forward in a positive direction. So you're still with him. You're still chaos in his head because he's got to worry about taking his pay to pay for your well-being. Mm-hmm. And he don't want to do that anymore. Mm-hmm. Then I ask you both, what ownership do you take in the chaos that is your home? And neither one of you said one logical, reasonable thing about what they did wrong. You made a grand statement, I'm the leader of the home, so I take ownership, but you didn't tag anything you did, said, or didn't do, and neither did you. You just gave me a smart remark, so now I'm gonna respond and let you know what I think. How would you feel if your adult children felt stressed out and burdened by your marriage? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. And I'm not saying it don't count.
Yes.
I'm not saying you don't have a right to be angry.
Yes.
I'm not saying that you don't have a right to be frustrated, mad, tired, exhausted. Woo!
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is you cannot enjoy the fruits of your labor if you are still laboring under that same pain that you won't let go.
Yes, ma'am.
I gave you the best advice I had the last time the two of you were here. You were stuck on who he used to be and what he used to do. I told you guys to get counseling. You got a restaurant instead. I don't know how you're going to get from place A to place B until you get your head together, because neither one of you has your heads together. You're always blaming somebody else. You know, I'm building an empire. You ain't got a place to live and you building an empire. Nobody wants to start at step A. Nobody wants to be a regular citizen anymore. Everybody got to be a superstar, this, that, and the other thing. And I know I got a TV show, so I'm one to talk, but I'm just saying, I had a regular gig for years. You work at things. You get it. You do this regular gig that sucks, and then you do this regular gig that sucks.
That's the same thing we doing. We working a job. We working a job.
Get out. Why don't you just divorce him?
Why the don't she? Why should she? Because I'm the best.
Get him out. I'm not going to divorce him.
She's not going to.
I know. Tell you what.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't come back here. This matter is adjourned.
I don't plan to.
And that letter right there?
Yeah, the letter from your son.
That right there, we haven't had any financial help from Toler since June.
So he made this up?
No,
he just typed that up. He just typed that up, but that was his feelings at that month.
Okay.
For her to make it seem like we still getting money from him today. And the way she went on with it is just ludicrous. It's just ludicrous.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
we're here to help
All right.
people and encourage people.
We understand.
You know,
It just didn't work for us, that's all.
All right, well, we're gonna ask you guys to leave and
We're happy. We can't wait to leave.